What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 3-Star Draw. I'm Down South 77, and this here is an adult collector channel where we talk G.I. Joe, mainly G.I. Joe Classified, mainly, not always, and sometimes we'll take a look at some other stuff that I'm interested in as well. I like to show you guys other stuff I like to have in my collection, and I don't know why I did that whole thing right there, but thought it was funny, so I think I'll leave it in there when I'm finished with this. All right, anyway. Today, so not always classified, sometimes it is other stuff G.I. Joe, sometimes it's not. Today it's other stuff G.I. Joe. We're going to do a 2-for-1 today. Come on down to Crazy Down South's House of Deals, and we're going to do a 2-for-1 video all in one. Come on down, everybody, come in, gather around, and let's take a look at Super 7 Reaction Plus Wild Bill and Super 7 Reaction Plus Zartan. Bam! I was trying to think of what he was. It's called Slither Zartan, but I was doing that too fast. All right, I picked both of these guys up the other day at Yojo Depot, new wave of Reaction Pluses. I had to have this. We knew this was coming. Had to have this Zartan. Y'all know Wild Bill is my boy, so I got to get Wild Bill. I'm not going to pick up all of these, but certain characters I definitely do want, and I'm all about some Cold Slither Zartan. And Cold Slither Zartan does change color with UV the way Zartan is supposed to do. So now I know everybody doesn't like these Reaction Plus figures. They're 20 bucks. Modern, well, they're not even modern O-rings. They're O-rings, not even the completely modern O-ring style. You guys know what they are. They don't have the neck up and down, and they don't have wrist swivel. You know what they do have, though? A bunch of cool-ass characters that we've never seen made before. Never seen this guy before. Never seen this guy before in an O-ring figure in Sunbow colors. So, you don't like Reaction Plus? That's fine. You do you. But you know what? I'm going to buy the ones I think are cool. And we're going to look at them right now. Look at these cards up close here. Now, I do love this card art on these. Really good looking card art. Got the classic explosion behind it. So this one caused quite a stir, didn't it? This Wild Bill card. Now this doesn't really look like AI, but let's look here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 4 fingers. There's a thumb. Now, even having this card in person, it is still kind of hard to tell whether or not this is a finger on the trigger. I thought for the longest that it definitely was, but if you look at it real close here, it does look like part of the explosion back behind it. And if it was a finger, it would not be angled that way going through the trigger guard. So I think this looked a whole lot worse, and it's more of like an optical illusion. I don't really think that it is 6 fingers now that I have it in my hand looking at it up close. And you don't get to see over here. You don't get to see his right arm. So maybe that settles that debate. Maybe not. But I love this card art. Helicopter pilot. Then back here you got your cross sale of these guys. The new wave down here. Then was there a file card? You actually get a file card. If you want to pause that and read it, go right ahead. Tells a little bit about old Wild Bill. And we'll put this one back and check out Cold Slither Zartan. Same thing here with Zartan. So Zartan has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. Now this one over here is kind of questionable, but this down here, that's just the bend of his palm right there. So 5 fingers on these guys, I believe. So I do like this card art. I do really dig it. And same thing on the back. Got your cross sale. Got your file card with Zartan there. And if you want to pause that and read that. So there you go. There's the two cards on these guys. And this is important right here. UV color changing skin. We're going to look at that. So let's go ahead and crack these guys open. Not too hard getting these guys out of the package. I do hate tearing up these blisters. I could have done a little better job of getting them out, but that's all right. The art is there. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's look at Zartan first. What do you say? So he's got the guitar here. This thing's cool. It's got the little strap, and it did come folded down like this in the packaging. So you have to, it almost looks like it's on a, no, it's not. So that's already, like, that's snapping right there because it was bent down, and you've got to unfold it, but it's not meant to flex. So it's almost like twisting, and that's already breaking. That's already to the point of being broken. That's disappointing. So let's look at our guitar here. Electric guitar, of course. Got your 3 chords. No, much more than that. 2, 3, looks like 4 or 5 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, got your buttons down here. So we do have this guitar pretty flat on the back. This strap going across it here, just black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow. He does come with a microphone. So it's not much of a microphone, but it is clearly a microphone. Or looks like something that might be in your girlfriend's top drawer. I don't know. That's what I hear. All right. Guess who's not giving us a microphone or a massager when we get this figure later? That's right, Hasbro. Hasbro's not giving us a microphone, but we are getting I think we're getting a keytar for Zartan, not a guitar. Let's go ahead and check him out here. The hair, man, he's definitely got some 80s hair. The hair is just so wildly like out of place. It's bright red. It's pretty good sculpting to the hair. A little bit of detail there. Got your regular old just black vest going down into these pants. See how he moves, swivel here. That right arm is super loose at the shoulder joint. And you do have your elbow bend, your swivel. Now, these guys don't have the wrist swivel. We mentioned that earlier. Then you got your belt. It's kind of a grayish belt, a yellow buckle, and then he's got the ring belt. You guys remember those ring belts? And then, of course, you got your knees growing down into these gray boots here. No ankle articulation or anything. So let's see how he stands up. Does stand pretty good as he falls over. So these guys, we're used to posing these. So let's check him out. Let's see if we can get this. I just have my doubts about this strap holding up very long. So you can get him holding it, or at least the appearance of holding it, I guess. This thing does not feel very thick. There's no way you're going to get this, I don't think, in his hands without having a wrist swivel. So you're really just going to kind of something like that. I don't think you're actually going to be able to get him playing it, especially not if you don't want to snap that strap off there. So they're not bad. I mean, you get the idea. It conveys the message. I'm a little bit disappointed in that guitar strap, though. So that should have been a little better thought out. And let's check him out with the mic. I'll probably, as long as this fits in his hand, have him just posed with the mic. Yeah, the mic goes in there very nicely. I'll probably just have him like that on the shelf. I hope we get the rest of the band. I will buy them if we get them. So there's Cold Slither Zartan. And I did, of course, grab out Zartan back here. This is my original Zartan from 1984 from my birthday, and I grabbed classified Zartan. You guys know I like to have different stuff in the background when I do my reviews or whatever. So this is my original Zartan. This is regular first release classified Zartan back here, and this guy's not in here right now. I'll show you in just a minute. That box is awesome. It makes such a good display piece. So let's go over here and check out my boy Wild Bill in his Sunbow colors. Thing looks up to snuff there. Got his sunglasses on. They got the mustache right. Got the hat. Does have his cavalry tassels on the hat. Got your logos over here. Just a triangle. Well, I don't know. I guess that's a unit patch or something. It's is the dragonfly patch is not triangular, is it? I don't remember. So we do have our swivel here. He moves okay. Goes down his orange vest. He's got on this blue flight suit for this version of Wild Bill. This orange vest, and I guess that's his dog tag up there. That, or maybe he's wearing a bolo tie. You guys remember bolo ties? Did give him a stair belt buckle. Obvious what that is. That's in gold. And then you get a little bit of detail down here on the legs where he's just got pants with pockets, going down into gray boots again with no swivel. Not a whole lot to these guys. He does have this thing which they said on the package that I tore up, because it does have on the side what comes with these guys. And I think they said this was a communication pack. There's what's left of it. It's a communication pack that he comes with here. So I'm not exactly sure what what the use of that is, and I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get that. Like, how are you gonna get this around his hat and without tearing the strap up? I don't think that's even possible. So I guess he's gonna have to swing it that way. It is kind of molded so it fits that way, but it's not going to stay up. So I don't know what to do with this. So this is going to go in a bag, I'm sure, but not a whole lot to it. It does have a little detail on the outside of it, little rivets or divots, I guess. They're not rivets, they're divots. I don't know. It looks like it's got keys, and then I don't know, it looks like looks like an old board game or something up top. So not a whole lot to it, not much with that. And then let's check out this automatic he comes with, which is still just baffles me why he comes with an automatic. So this is not quite like the card art. This is more of like your classic, look like a Colt 45, and does have, I guess probably these are supposed to be faux ivory grips or something on it to match his revolvers here that he usually has. So if we can get that in his hand. So here we go. Does go in there nicely. Of course, you don't get trigger fingers on these guys. And this is better plastic than what the original figures were. Although his hands do feel quite a bit harder than Bat and CoverGirls. I've got them, so I just give him his pistol there on the shelf when I put him up, and this is going to go in a bag. And this may go in a bag. I don't know. I may put it around him and have him holding the mic. We'll see. But there is Wild Bill, and as you can see, I got out classified Wild Bill. I love that figure, although his legs are a little bit loose. Not super happy with that, but either way. And I do have one of my favorite things is this carded V2 Wild Bill from the good old days. This is 92, I think, on this guy right here. So I've got him. He's wall art. I got that guy. Now, I don't have my original V1 Wild Bill. I actually went through my figures. I had to find Zartan. I went through my Ziploc bags of my classified figures, and I could not find Wild Bill, and he would not be anywhere other than those Ziploc bags. So I guess that means that my childhood Wild Bill did not survive the battle, and I'm very sad about that. I thought I still had him. I didn't get him out when I did my Dragonfly review, but man, that is upsetting.
He exists now, only in my memory.
Now, as far as Zartan goes here, I do have a feature with this Zartan, pointed it out over here on the card. UV color changing skin. Now Hasbro gave us that, but we had to go through some extra steps, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense for Zartan. Now there is no sunlight in this room, but there is UV, so let's watch it in real time. Go ahead and blast him with the black light there. He's black light reactive. I mean, he don't glow, but so there we go. It does work. It's funny, I didn't get that side of the arm, so he does change color as advertised, and he goes back quick. He changes back quick. It's like my transitions glasses don't change back as fast as this guy does. That's cool though. I like that. I dig it. You got to see it while it's there, because it's going to be gone soon. See how easy that was? Now, see, we don't have to take all these extra steps with this Super 7 Zartan like we have to with the Hasbro one. So yeah, pretty straightforward with the Super 7 one. See, just UV light, and it's just like the good old days. And then this dude, you have to put him in cold. So he's never been out of this tray, but he's been in the freezer a bunch of times. So while I've got him here, I just thought, I haven't checked my original Electric Boogaloo Zartan here. Look how loose this is. Can you tell this guy got some play back in the day? Let's check my original Zartan and see if he is still reactive to UV light. And Pretzel is going to sing us a little song in the next room. I have not tried to get the color to change on this dude in a long time. So I don't know how long it's been since this original Zartan has seen sunlight. So I thought we'd just try it, and I was just sitting here and was like, hey, when else is Zartan going to be out of that Ziploc bag, lest he fall apart, other than to do this review on Super 7 Zartan. Give him a good dose there, and look at that. Look at that. 41 years in the making, and he still changes color, albeit begrudgingly, it looks like. But you can see this one has already changed back. So I'm just glad to know. I just thought about that while I had him there, and I was like, I'm going to see if he still changes color. Now this dude over here takes forever to change back, but of course he's he's frozen, so kind of makes sense. Maybe I should try to take him out of the tray and move him now. Psych. All right, Wild Bill and Zartan, there they are. We'll go back over how and give some final thoughts on these Super 7 Reaction Plus figures. You know what you're getting, right? Like they're something you want or something you don't. People have their own feelings about the Super 7 stuff. Personally, my feelings are I like it. I think it's a tad overpriced for what you get, but I'm glad that these Reaction Plus figures have come down, and they've realized that maybe they were a little high on the regular Reaction line. So I am glad to see that. You don't get a whole lot for 20 bucks, but for characters that we've never had before in the line, certain outfits, make just certain characters overall. I mean, they did Ramar, the Fatal Fluffy, Arctic versions of all the people, you know, in the Reaction line. So maybe they'll cross some of them over into Reaction Plus, and we can get some figures that we've never gotten before. And for people that are really only collecting 1/18 scale, like the original size, it's going to be really good for them because, you know, they're Joes. Like it or not, they are licensed 3 3/4 Joes. So you can put them with your old ones. You make your own decision, you know, on what you think on these guys. People are pretty one way or the other on the Super 7 and the Reaction Plus. There's not a whole lot of in between. It's like you either hate them or you like them and you'll pick up a few here and there. And I fall into that camp. I'm never going to sacrifice a classified release that I want for one of these. Like, it's always going to be a classified. But some of these cooler ones, characters that I really like and I want different versions of, I will probably pick them up when I find them. So let me know what you think about them down in the comments. I'd like to know your thoughts on the Reaction Plus, and particularly what you think about these two figures that I showed today. That's it, guys. I appreciate it. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this. Hit that subscribe if you're not. But I will see you guys next time. Appreciate it. 3-star draw.